¿Dónde están hoy las oportunidades más exclusivas de desarrollo nuevo en los resorts de esquí en Colorado? Hola, soy Beatriz Martinez, la host de este podcast Conquering Vail, donde hablamos de todos los temas relacionados al real estate y al lifestyle de Vail Valley, exclusivamente enfocados al comprador internacional. Bienvenidos a mi podcast. En el día de hoy tenemos un episodio muy especial porque, aunque normalmente hablamos de Vail, también me gusta traerles oportunidades estratégicas en otros resorts de esquí en Colorado, que hoy están en el radar de inversionistas internacionales. Hoy voy a estar entrevistando a Tricia McCaffrey para hablar de un nuevo proyecto de lujo en Breckenridge, el Imperial Hotel Chalets. Tricia, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Pleasure to be
After
here.
after a couple of tech snafus, including a huge smoothie that spilled all over my desk, we're here, and welcome back to my podcast, Conquering Vail. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. It looks like it's going to snow, so we're very happy about that.
I know, finally, right? I mean, we're getting some snow in Colorado. We're finally having, great skiing in Breckenridge, where Tricia is joining us from. So, Tricia, for those who may not be familiar with the final development at Breckenridge, can you share a bit about your background and the final development and the Finale's vision in Breckenridge?
Absolutely. Well, Finale is named Finale because it's the grand finale. It'll be the last. It is been dubbed to be the last development approved by the town of Breckenridge. So it's the final development that'll ever happen in Breckenridge for new construction, which, being one of the most sought after ski resorts in the world and having myself lived here for 36 years, it's shocking to even say it's the last development, but it is. And that's what makes Breckenridge really special. I've lived here, as I mentioned, for decades, but I've overseen projects around the Western Hemisphere. We have worked with this developer at Finale many, many times over the last 2 decades, and they are our favorite developer. But I work for IMI Worldwide Properties out of Palm Beach, Florida, and we oversee and are thought of as the top brokerage for luxury resort new development in the Western Hemisphere, which sounds very la-di-da, but basically we get to work on the best projects in the best places.
Exactly. And today we're going to talk about, a great one, which is the Imperial Hotel Chalets. So, Tricia, let's talk specifically about the Imperial Hotel Chalets. What makes the Imperial Hotel Chalets unique, and how does it fit in the Finale plan of Breckenridge?
Yeah, great question. So Finale is 3 developments. We started with Independence Townhomes last year. Then we went up to Three Ridge and sold home sites this summer at record-breaking numbers for iconic slopeside ski and ski out lots. We have released out of the 16, 11 have sold 11 of the 16 between $6 million. So we've seen that the market has responded very well. People have been waiting for this uber luxury level in Breckenridge, and the Imperial Chalets is the crown jewel. It's the final phase, the 3rd phase of Finale, and it's in the very best location in Breckenridge. It's at the base of Peak 8.
Okay.
And what's very unique and special is it's unmatched. It's never been done before here. Believe it or not, there have been many attempts to do a luxury hotel in Breckenridge, but to get approval, only this developer was successful to deliver, and it'll be the one and only 5-star hotel in Breckenridge.
Oh.
These are part of that. So it's at Four Seasons Auberge level, but our buyers just don't want that name. They want to just call it the Imperial. And what makes it really unique and special is that it'll never happen again. And they are at a whole new level of luxury in Breckenridge with the best amenities of any luxury mountain hotel in North America.
So then these chalets are going to be part of the hotel, correct? And if you can talk a little bit about the hotel. You mentioned that it's at the base of Peak 8, so I have to assume that these are ski in, ski out. Is
That's
that
right.
correct?
So
Okay.
there are essentially 4 high-speed chairlifts that go out of the Imperial Hotel. The Peak 8 base area is the highest capacity base area for a ski resort in North America, and we're right there. And so when you look at the location, we have the gondola that takes you to town, and then the hotel itself will be a luxury hotel with suites. And then we'll have in this first offering 13 luxury chalets. And when I say chalets, we have in modeled the architecture after
Mhm.
a famous, beautiful, beautiful Swiss hotel with, that just old world, old European Swiss chalet style, and then some very
Uh-huh.
modern elements. And so the chalets will be on the 6th and 7th floor of the hotel. We have the entire penthouse level. And then in future phases, we'll have some freestanding as well. So we have some very, very special residences, and they're right in at the best location at the Breckenridge Ski Resort.
So these are only going to be 13. What's the range of bedrooms in these chalets?
Sure, they're 2 to 5 bedroom in this first
Mhm.
offering, where we'll offer
Mhm.
13. And they are, when you look at square footage, the square
Uh-huh.
they're large. Beatriz, you're an expert in luxury mountain real estate, so you know
Yes.
normally what the square footage is. Our 2 bedrooms start at 1,534 square feet, and
Okay.
these will go up to as big as 3,793 square feet. So they're really, really big and very thoughtfully laid out with the highest level of luxury in finishes and features, including there'll be um, primary bedroom oxygenation.
Oh, that's excellent.
We like
Um,
high altitude.
yeah, no, and I've seen that the newest trend in these luxury constructions is oxygenation, and I think that's excellent. I mean, that makes a huge difference, especially when you fly in from, Miami sea level. A lot of my clients flying from Miami, um, not the folks from Mexico because they're already at altitude, but those that come in from the Caribbean, it makes a huge difference, especially those first few days when you first, arrive.
Yes,
And Tricia, I understand that the hotel is partnering with the leading hotels of the world.
yes.
How did the developer decide on and why in that partnership with the leading hotels of the world?
Sure. Well, as we did our brand analysis for Imperial, we learned
Mm-hmm.
very quickly that our clients wanted something at, Four Seasons, Six Sense montage level, but they didn't want to have, the flashy name associated with it. So, but they want the
Mm-hmm.
quality. Leading Hotels of the World is the perfect partner for us. Like the Ritz-Carlton Paris is in Leading Hotels of the World, leading in London, the Ritz-Carlton London, Adair Manor in Ireland, the Chelsea Hotel in New York. There's amazing hotels that are at the highest level of service in leading hotels of the world. And so we wanted to make sure that we curate the highest level of service. And with over 70,000 square feet of amenities, we want to be able to deliver not just a beautiful property, but services and
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle that is like nothing else we've ever experienced in the mountains of North America.
And what are some of the amenities besides, of course, the at the end of the day, the most important is the location, right? When you buy or invest in a ski property, you're right, beachfront. You have the ski access right there. But what other amenities are you expecting to have at this, at the Imperial Hotel that the owners of the
Mm,
chalets will be able to utilize?
absolutely. Well, what we're going to see is um, amazing private wellness sanctuaries, expansive indoor and outdoor water experiences, a high-end spa above anything we've seen in Aspen, Vail, like beautifully curated spa, um, a recovery grotto. When we look at restaurants, sometimes that's an afterthought, Beatriz. In our luxury mountain hotels, we will
Uh-huh.
have Michelin level star alpine inspired steakhouse. They'll serve 3 meals a day. And for apres, we're going to have this incredible apres area where there's the roaring fireplace, real wood burning fireplace, and like entertainment. And then we'll have little gondola cabins all around
Oh,
where you go in with your family. If everybody doesn't ski, everybody can come together and have appetizers and drinks. But the restaurant will be very, very special. We'll also have a bourbon distillery attached to the
oh,
restaurant.
that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. We'll
That's
have
great.
For our owners, they'll have a private dining room that seats up to 14, so people can have business meetings here if they have to mix a little business with pleasure, but also like beautiful family dinners, special events for a family, the most
Mm-hmm.
of their lifetime. A tasting and demo kitchen with cooking classes. So if you're
Oh,
fire after skiing too hard a few days in a row, good on you. But you can go to a cooking class with your family instead.
that's
That's kind
great.
of,
And
yeah.
you know what? I mean, we unfortunately we have seen not of the fault of our own, but we've seen in the past, during the holiday season, folks were looking for alternative things to do, uh, because those that were not expert skiers did not, necessarily want to get on the mountain when the snow wasn't, we didn't have a lot of snow at the base. So all of a sudden, these amenities do become very relevant. The cooking classes and the dining areas for large families. Most of my clients, when they travel with their family members. So these large gathering spaces are super relevant for my listeners and my clients.
Mhm.
So the amenities, the restaurant, the additional activities that they could do, like the cooking classes, are all of a sudden they're at the forefront, or at top of mind
Mhm.
for many of my clients. And I actually um, created an itinerary for my clients 3-4 weeks ago about what to do in the Vail Valley. I should do the same for Breck. um, if you don't want to ski, I mean, it doesn't matter if there's snow or if there's no snow, but if you're a non-skier or you want an alternative thing to do, and that 100% has become top of mind for many skiers now. So I think that is perfect for the trends that we're seeing, at least from my clientele.
Absolutely. Well, you're going to really like this then. We're also going to have a private speakeasy, which is for
Oh.
owners. We reserve tastings for like really special intimate events. Private owner liquor lockers. Then there'll be a large, expansive family entertainment hub with, um, when you look at golf simulators and
Oh
like
yeah.
sorts of fun, old fashioned games like ping pong and pool, but like a large, expansive family area where, in the evenings, if people are just too beat to go into town because they've
Yeah.
been skiing all day and they want to ski the next day, it's a great way for, 3 generations to really have fun together in the evenings. We'll have geodesic sky domes outside, which are these
Oh yeah.
beautiful architectural geodesic domes that you see out to the mountains. And
Oh yeah.
one will have be private just for owners to reserve with red light sauna therapy. The next one will be for private
Oh.
dining for our owners only to reserve.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll have the third one. We'll have a really beautiful stargazing center with a telescope and, the astronomy experience. We are now uh,
Wow.
a designated dark sky community, so your ability to see the other stratospheres are right out the dome there.
Can you talk, we don't have this in our script, but can you talk a little bit, can you explain to our listeners what that means? Because I read about it, and I think that's super interesting. If you could just explain a little bit of what that is, and what it would bring to the experience of our listeners and our clients.
Absolutely. Well, as you know, when the sun goes down, families really yearn to do special things, quiet together, and get
Yeah.
away from their screens, their phones, right? Everybody's, so busy these days and on their
Yeah.
screens. So this is an opportunity to, you know, look out and see much more than the Milky Way or the North Star. And
Mm-hmm.
we may even have, um, we have the Keystone Science School nearby. So we may have student astronomers come over and lead some special sessions. That's something we're considering. So there's a lot of really cool experiences for families. It'll be most of the time private for a family
Mm-hmm.
to, but we might have some fun little family gatherings where, multiple families can come together and experience it together. Well, when once we pivot off these great sky domes, then
Mm-hmm.
there's a high-end spa that'll be, as I mentioned, they're dubbing it to be the best spa of any spa in the Colorado mountains. So we're really proud of that. Thalassotherapy will also be offered in this inspired grotto. So we'll
Uh-huh.
have these cool little saunas that owners can reserve and have their own private space, steam, beautiful cold plunges. And, that's the trend right now is
I know.
in the cold plunge, and
Tricia,
we all want to live longer, right? So
Tricia, I'm getting my cold plunge delivered in 3 days. I bought That's my gift from me to me. The cold plunge bath or whatever, it's getting delivered in 2 days. So yes, we all
Oh,
want to.
that's awesome. I got mine, my sauna and cold
Uh-huh.
plunge a few years ago, and
Oh,
I've noticed
really?
Finale, it's such a trend. People really want this, so they don't have
Yes.
to go get it. It's provided here, and
Okay.
we'll do the salt room, the aqua therapy. Of course, there'll be these amazing hot tubs, and some will be curated to like hit your rotator cuff, shoulders, upper back. Some will hit
Oh,
your lower back and hips. Another one will be really centered on your feet if you've been out on the mountain and your feet have swollen. And they have all these little cute private compartments. So you don't go into a communal hot tub and you're bumping people and
yeah.
right. Ugh. So this is much, much nicer and much more private. We'll have, as I mentioned, in the indoor and outdoor aquatics, this water park for kids. The water slide goes outside, but it's fully enclosed. So
Oh
you
my
won't have those
God.
little squeals of joy out from the outdoor pool deck will be quiet. We'll have private cabanas out there for our owners. Um, and then inside the water slide comes in. And if you're a grandparent or a parent and your kids come in, they come into this very shallow trough where they can't drown. And there's a cool little bar with TVs where parents can hang
Oh,
drinks and they're not sequestered to the chlorine hot,
yes.
like, oh no, not the indoor pool again. Okay,
Yes.
kids, I'll do it. Right? This is going to be
Oh my
really,
God.
really great.
So
Yes.
the amenity, so this is full packed, and wellness, if I hear you correctly, wellness is a principal aspect of the way that the developer designed and the hotel owner designed these amenities.
Yes. Yes. Because our owners, we have a private ski valet and
Okay.
a beautiful ski tuning operation right there. So our owners will have their own private locker room, and some of them might be skinning up the mountain at 6 a.m. and skiing with their family during the day. I mean, there's people are so interested in their health, their wellness,
Yeah.
living longer, living
Longevity.
better, and the
Yeah.
longevity. So this is a huge opportunity to capitalize on that. And we have an expansive fitness and wellness center. We have over in the Vail Valley, we have Front Gate. And have you ever seen the fitness center
Yes.
expansive? This
Yes.
will be even
Yes.
bigger. This is going to be bigger than that. So it'll look out to the mountains. And so that's going to be with every imaginable piece of equipment for, staying super fit. So that paired with the 5-star service, this makes the 13 limited residences very, very sought after. And so that's why we're doing a reservation program, because everybody's so excited for this. And we wish we had more of them. We'll have 13 in the first offering. And as I mentioned, those will be 2 to 5 bedroom.
Let's then talk a little bit about the reservation program.
Mm-hmm.
What can you share with my clients, with my listeners, my YouTube subscribers that are watching? How is the reservation program? How does it work?
Yeah, well, it's something that we have offered for over 30 years, and our clients love it because everybody's already texting and emailing me saying, I want one of these. Can I be first? Right. So
Yeah.
we go to kindergarten rules. It's not, my best friend or,
Yeah.
we decide we like the best. People have an opportunity. While we don't have every last detail of information now, we know over the next 2 months we will. So
Uh-huh.
some put in a reservation. Like yesterday, I had a family that put in a reservation, and they are holding a low position in line with their reservation. And then I fulfill them with all the information as it becomes available, everything from interior renderings, because people want to see what these are going to look like.
Of
They want
course.
floor plans. They want to have all the real estate documents. They want to see imagery of the renderings. So we deliver all the information. And it's nice because it's not like put your money down and you have to race to contract and you don't have time to even think about it. We could do that with the demand here. We don't believe in putting people through that kind of a feeding frenzy. The reservation, people, when they turn in their reservation, it's time and date stamped. So turning in, we just started reservations and the demand is already very high. We're already seeing a lot of people turning in their reservations. But for any of your listeners, the time right now is great. They can be involved very early. The family yesterday, they put down this refundable $15,000 reservation deposit, which is how sure that people aren't just whimsically getting on the list. That's how the company, and it's fully refundable at any time if somebody just decides this isn't for them. When they decide they do want to become an owner, that turns into part of their earnest money deposit, and we'll go to contract at the end of March, early April, and the first earnest money deposit will be 10%. And we've already broken ground on these. So when the construction, we don't have a bank requirement, Beatriz. Most developments, they say, oh, we can't start building until you sell 10.
So you have, yes, I know. I'm very familiar from selling in Miami, where I first started I still have my license there.
Yeah. So this developer is very well heeled. So we're fully funded. And so in terms of the construction, we started in August already. That means our first 13 owners will be able to sleep in their beautiful chalet starting in October of 2028 for that ski season, which will be upon us before we know it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So doing the reservation now is an important step to hold a low position and get all the information. I think in a few years, we'll all wish when we bring out a second phase. I've seen the price already. I think we'll wish we had bought a couple of these in the first offering.
When will the official price list will be released? I guess that it will be released to those that make a reservation early. And if I understand correctly, to make a reservation is a $15,000 fully refundable. And they are all date and time stamped, all of the reservations. And then the information as it comes available, it's communicated to those that have reservations. I'm assuming price list will be the same.
So the price list, the pricing, as they're finalizing floor plans and all of that, we know the pricing will start. You've been very polite, Beatrice, not to ask me. They'll start at $4.2 million, and that's for a bedroom. And we know that the pricing in this first offering, because it is pre-construction, savvy real estate investors know this is the time to capitalize. I'm sure you've seen that in Miami. People that
Yes.
get early typically do very, very well with their real estate asset. And
Exactly.
the pricing will be released to all reservation holders when it becomes available, probably later in, I would say, late February, early March. And it'll be, when we look at the residences, we'll have the 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, and 5-bedroom residences. What I would
Wow.
share is that
Yeah.
for any of your listeners, if they just reach
Yeah.
out to you, here's
Yes.
here's what I recommend. If they say, this sounds kind of neat, I'd like to learn more, we can set up a quick Zoom call, and the three of us with your client, we can go over and show some visuals of the renderings of the exterior of the hotel and some more
That
details.
I
And then
like that. Yeah, Tricia, because that's what I've been doing with some of these developments. Así que lo que está diciendo Tricia, si están interesados como next steps, próximos pasos, si les interesó lo que Tricia les dijo en esta presentación, en esta llamada, como próximo paso es coordinar un Zoom call, right, Tricia, so that we can go over the renderings. Do you have webcams on the for the construction, like live webcams?
we don't have live webcams just now. We are
Okay.
right on the ski resort. So the
Mhm.
ski resort you can kind of see it on the live ski area webcams, but the construction's so heavy that it would be too,
I get
like,
it. Yeah.
the camera would get knocked around all the time. However, I do have a special viewing platform, and I could
Okay.
even stand on there while we're on our
Oh
Zoom
my
with your
God.
thing, and I could just show you the views of the ski resort and the Continental Divide are like, I mean, you
Incredible.
rarely have a property where there's a view,
Like
a
this.
iconic view from every property. So if your listeners just reach out to you, we can set up a quick Zoom call. We can walk you through this offering and have your client understand a little more about this. And then if they want to move ahead with a reservation, we can email that over, and we can also send it in a DocuSign. But I would just emphasize, I've been doing this for 30 years. Of this, I thought I had seen the highest demand on some other projects I'd worked, but this one, like the last 3 days since we've started to announce this,
Yeah.
never seen a response like this. So I would just share, the sooner the better. And I do work unorthodox hours. So if you want to do Zoom in the evening or weekend,
I do
um,
this. I'm the same. So let us know and we'll do the Zoom call. What about my clients or listeners that are actually in Vail or in Breckenridge in the next couple of weeks? Because I do have a lot of clients that go to Breckenridge and are very interested in Breck, or that are currently in Beaver Creek or planning to be in BC or Vail in the next couple of weeks. Can we set up a face-to-face, can they appointment, can they walk through the area? Is that an option for them?
absolutely. As you can see, I'm at our construction trailer.
Yeah, I
Never a dull moment.
everyone's seeing you. Yeah.
So yes, we can meet here
Okay.
on site, and we can have a lot of fun, have a wonderful property tour. And then, of course, they would have the day to enjoy Breckenridge and go to lunch. And yeah, we can make it really, really fun.
Well, Tricia, thank you so much for your time and for sharing such valuable insights about Imperial Chalets on the Breckenridge market. It's been a pleasure having you again in my podcast and giving me the opportunity to have my audience, my clients, and my subscribers be the first to know about these amazing and incredible, unique, one of a kind investment and lifestyle opportunities, frankly. And everything that we talked about today, it's going to be down in the show notes. If you're watching in YouTube, I'm going to have a link also in the comments so that you can download these the renderings, and I'll have all my contact information and a link to my Calendly if you want to have a Zoom call, or if you want to coordinate a tour, a site tour with me and Tricia if you're in Breckenridge or Vail or in other ski resort in Colorado. Para todos los que nos escuchan, si están evaluando invertir en un resort de esquí en Colorado y quieren entender mejor cómo se comparan los mercados como Vail y Breckenridge o analizar un desarrollo como lo es el Imperial Chalets, encaja con su estrategia de inversión o con su estilo de vida, con gusto puedo ayudarlos o puedo asistirlos a través de una consulta gratuita de Zoom. Soy Beatriz Martínez, gracias por acompañarme en este episodio de Conquering Vail. Si lo estás viendo en YouTube, en mi video de YouTube, nos vemos muy pronto en las pistas de Vail y obviamente también en las pistas de Breckenridge, que ya todas tienen nieve y estamos gozando de ellas. Hasta luego, que tengan muy buen día.